Hi, and welcome to the next section of this course. In this section, we are going to explore the functions in Kotlin in detail. So what are the topics that we will cover in this section? So firstly, we will check out what are functions and why do we really need them. And then we will check out various aspects of functions in Kotlin, such as what are default parameters, what are named parameters, and in the end we will check out what are tail recursive functions. Introduction to functions. Now in this video we are going to get introduced to what is a function and how do we define a function. So first of all, what is a function? Functions are the collection of statements that are grouped together to perform a specific operation. In simple words, it means the functions are intended to perform a specific operation, may it be to find the area of the rectangle, perimeter of a triangle, adding two numbers, and so on and so forth. And also note that the functions are also known as methods. So what is the syntax to define a function in Kotlin? The syntax is again very simple. Now we are already aware of what is a main function in Kotlin. That is, in our previous videos we were writing our code within our main function. So the main was actually an example of a function. Now that was a predefined function that we have to use to write any Kotlin program. Now what about if I ask you to define a function to add two numbers? So for that we can write our code like this. We can use the fun keyword to declare that we are about to declare a function, followed by the name of the function. And then we have some parameters. Now to find the area of a rectangle, we need the length of the rectangle and also breadth of the rectangle. So here as a parameter, we have length of the type of integer and then breadth of the type of integer. And then we have the return type that I will talk about it shortly. Now within this function, that is within the curly bracket open and close, we have to write our method body. That is, we can write our code here. For example, in order to find the area of the rectangle, the code would be something like this: length into breadth. Now length is an integer and breadth is an integer. So the result will be again an integer, that is 2 into 3 will be 6 and 6 is again an integer. And here we are using the return keyword to return the integer value, that is the area of the rectangle. Now since our return type is an integer, so that is why here we are using colon then int data type. So this colon int simply shows that what kind of value we are returning from our function. Now here in this case we are returning an integer value. So that is why we are using int here. So let me brief you again. This fun is the keyword to define a function. The find area is the name of the method or the function. Now this find area is user defined. You can name it as per your wish. These are the parameters known as the formal parameters. And then we have the return type to show what kind of value we are returning here. Now the same method can be written as like this. Now if you compare both of these methods, then you will find some difference. But first let's talk about some similarity. Here again we are using the fun keyword, then find area, the name, and then we are using the two same parameters. But on the right we have the return type as unit. Because from our method of find area here we are just printing out the result, that is length into breadth. So we are no longer returning any value from our method. So that is why we have some unit here. Now the unit in Kotlin can be compared to void in Java and C++. Like in Java and C++, we had void as a return type. Similarly here in Kotlin, the void is represented with the help of unit. That is, we are not returning anything, we are just printing the result here within this method.